Hey, what's up everybody? BDO44 coming at you with another video. Alright, so my friend Abdul, who I often get some of my information from, tends to have good information over the years. I've known him online for like 15 years through Facebook. Maybe even longer than that actually. But yeah, Abdul said that he thinks he has heard that LeBron James is likely to sign a 2 or 3 year deal with the Lakers. Didn't have a framework, a number, possibility on there at all, just years. And he also posted in a separate post that it looks like Bronny may choose to go back to school for yet another year, which I think is best for him. His development is most important beyond getting to the NBA. Just get in there and do what you need to do to raise your draft stock so that you can be taken in the first round or second round, rather than somebody manipulating a draft to get you in there and then hating you because of it. It makes for a bad path. And I don't know if any of this information is any good per se, although it's coming from a good person. I don't know if where he got that information. I have no idea where he got it. So for all I know, that's what ESPN is saying. I don't know, but I can tell you this. All of that makes me feel a lot better about everything, because at the end of the day, we really don't need to be putting our 17th overall pick in a position to be drafting a kid that's underdeveloped just so that we can possibly keep a free agent of ours. That's not the best move for our franchise. And if the kid's going to be on our franchise for the future, which obviously he would be if we drafted him, then you're setting him up to be on a bad team for many years to come. I don't think his dad wants to do that. So what you want to do is franchise, make sure that you have the right foundation, as we talked about many times earlier today. And if you're mortgaging more of your future so that you can keep players you already have under contract or players that you otherwise could re-sign outright, it just seems like a counterproductive move in my opinion. So that's kind of what it is. I hope that everybody's thinking clearly. Bron, he could go to Philadelphia. He could go to other teams that may create cap space. But are those places really better than the foundation he has with the Lakers and Jeanie Buss, who is obviously willing to go above and beyond for him? I don't know if you start the process of trying to go somewhere else that you receive the same treatment. He's had issues with owners in the past who didn't want to necessarily go above and beyond, who didn't want to give him the power that he ultimately wanted, or whatever the case may be. He doesn't have that problem in LA, and I think that should be worth something to him, in my opinion, especially this late in his career. But he has to start, if he hasn't already, demanding the Lakers do what's best for the franchise going forward in order for him to really be part of what we're doing the right way, I guess. If he wants us to continue to do things that fit his timeline and hurts ours, it's hard to want that for us. It's hard to want that. It's hard to want him on the team if this is what he wants to do. But as long as he's on board with, taking what his salary would be and then just playing ball like he has been doing, and letting the team kind of make decisions that's best for itself around him, I think he could be a great Laker going forward. So it's just about him. What does he want to do? Does he want to be a part of the Lakers? If so, do we have to bend in uncomfortable ways or swallow poison pills to keep you? Or can you just appreciate that sunshine that you have in LA and let it be the reason you stay, if nothing else? I don't know. It's up to him to figure that out. But for me, if I'm him, I want stability. I have the Lakers. As soon as I leave the Lakers, somebody's going to come in and take my place very soon. So it ain't like this is going to be a team without a star. And if he goes somewhere else, depending on where he goes, the role may not be desirable. He may find out he goes there and it's not as easy to mesh with the star that's in place. This star he picked himself, Anthony Davis, who he wanted to play with. We have him under contract for 2 more years after this, I believe. This is a good situation if you're 40 years old. So long as you don't ruin it yourself, literally. So long as he doesn't ruin it by demanding that they do things that are not responsible with the picks that they have. The very few picks that we have, So that's what it comes down to me. I'm a Laker fan through and through. Regardless of what they do, I'm going to root for whatever's in the uniform and suffer whatever ills come with that if the team is bad. But I always say, let's be bad for a purpose. If we're going to be bad, let it be because we tanked on purpose and want to get our pick. Otherwise, there's no reason to be bad. No reason to be in no man's land where you're not quite good enough. If you could do things the right way and set yourself up so that you have the right foundation, that should be what you want. So that's what I'm saying to everybody, man. You're not going to win the championship every year. We get that. But there should be some foundation that we can build upon that'll put us in a position to at least dream of being dominant again. And if we can't build that, then we need to put ourselves in a position to have a foundation so that we can build something special if we can't do it now. So that's my attitude. I want to see the Lakers just be responsible about themselves, responsible about their franchise. Don't worry too much about what you don't have or what's going to leave you, but more so about how you're going to make it so that whatever you build can be sustainable for years to come. So that's my point of view. Hopefully LeBron James sticks around and doesn't demand us do bad stuff with our asset class. That's really what it is. Help us help ourselves so that our team doesn't suck after you retire. That's my request as a fan. You know, if I got to take your son with the 17th overall pick, that sucks for me, bro. He may be a nice player, but damn it if he's 17th pick worthy this season. And it's not about me disrespecting your son. It's about me using my assets so that we can have the best possible team going forward properly, you know? Using my assets properly so we got the good teams to root for years to come. If I keep on just taking Joe Blow because I have a hunch about him with the 17th overall pick, it's like we did with Jalen Hood-Schifino last year. We knew damn well we shouldn't have taken that kid, but we took him and it went bad. It went bad the first year. And so what I'm supposed to do? Mess up another first round pick when I already mortgaged half of them for the future? I mean, no, man. That's horrible. That's horrible. So that's my point of view. Hopefully Bronny goes back to school so we don't have to say these things about him. And some year in the future, whether it be next year or the year after that, he can come in outright as a first round pick for real or outright as a second round pick solidified. Because I think he can work his way up to that point. You know, I mean, if you would have drafted Austin Reeves after 1 year, you would have waited on 3 years of player development. He came in after 4 years, and look who we got. We got a good player, undrafted, on a good contract. Future looks bright. You know what I'm saying? If you would have been judging Austin Reeves after his first year, he probably wouldn't have been very good. Yeah, that's the real truth. Same thing with Josh Hart and a lot of other players in this league who are really good who came out 4 years. Hell, Jalen Brunson, a 4-year guy. And if you judge him by his first year of college, especially if he would have had something that set him back to where he didn't have a full first year, then you would have been in some trouble in regards to assessing him properly. Or he wouldn't have even gotten that development if you would have brought him to a team and then call him a bust or failure or something. He would have never gotten the development necessary. So you just want to get your son off to the right start if you're LeBron James, not necessarily for yourself so that you can have the dream of playing with your son, but so that he can have a good sustainable career in the NBA. And so I think going back to school is probably a better path, man. Maybe not going back to USC, but entering the portal and going to a big team or, you know, a great organization with a fantastic foundation, a coach or something. Or maybe going to go pair up with another guy that he meshes very well with. You know, I've heard, I don't know nothing about college to be honest with you, but there are places he can go where he'll be a great complementary option that could play his value up next to a star kid by being his number 2 or number 3 or something like that. So look for fit. Look for fit and good development programs. And then just work your progressions. Don't harbor so much pressure that you skip steps thinking you have to be something greater than you actually are. You don't have to be nothing but yourself. Your athleticism and your defensive skills should be buildable. And you can build on who you want to be from here. That's what I would tell him. Just build on who you want to be from here, man. And don't try to live up to your dad's name. It's impossible, bro. It's literally impossible. Nobody's coming in. Even some of the best players in your class are not expected to come in and do half of what your dad did. So there's no way you're going to step in and be him or better than him or some type of lofty expectations. Or even get close, you know what I mean? A lot of people want him to be close. You don't have to be none of that. Just be yourself. And I always say, remember, Bron has a second son that's going to want to come into the league too. So if you make everybody hate Bronny and look at him on some nepotism, oh, we don't like him type stuff, it could be damn hard for Bryce. So that's why I'm with the mindset of, you know, just take your time. Don't rush Bronny into the league. If he happens to stick to a good organization outright, if you put him in the draft, parade, but the chances are that somebody's going to overprice a pick to get him is pretty high this season. And I don't think that's the environment for this kid coming to this league and be the best he can be. That's not the way to start his career. So that's really what I gotta say, man. Hopefully it all works out. I've said this before, this ain't a new conversation on this channel, but you know what I mean? At the end of the day, we're closer than ever. The Lakers season is ended, and now it's time to start talking about the offseason. And we really want to see Bronny succeed, man. We really do. So it's pretty much what I got to say. My name is BDF44. I thank you all for watching. I'm out.